you have to use an app, whatever, similar to the city bikes.
Right.
You scan the app, boop, the bench drops down, you can sit on it.
Will it make that sound?
Ideally, yes.
Okay.
Welcome to Could Be Genius, where half-baked ideas get to shine.
We're not here to make it perfect, just to see how far it goes. Then it's your problem. It's rolling?
We are live and rolling.
It's rolling. That's such...
The camera is rolling.
That's so like 1960s.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. What's the brilliant idea you are going to talk about today? Because you always come up with these great ideas. Let's hear it.
I don't know if it's going to be brilliant, but it could be genius.
It could be. It should be genius.
One question for you first. Where are we sitting on?
We're sitting on a bench. Okay.
Okay. 10 points on 10 points. We're sitting on a bench, and the idea is also linked to benches.
Oh, okay.
In the end. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe to give you some context first. What is the problem? I think the problem is that a lot of people are like the whole time on their phones. Okay, I think everyone can agree to that. Young people, old people, parents, children, whatever, everyone is on their phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You go somewhere with the train, people are all in the train like this, the bus, whatever, airport, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that people lost a bit the track of the whole social aspect, okay? By being so addicted to the phone.
Like this.
Yes, like this. I mean, people still have friends and so on, but okay, let's go a bit more into the idea.
People still have friends.
People still have friends. But the issue is that it's hard to make new friends, I think. Because, I mean, okay, let me rephrase.
Yeah,
it's
please
hard
do.
to make new friends without using or needing to use your phone for it. Because obviously on the phone you have Tinder, you have Bumble. Okay, they are for dating, but they are also to find friends. So you have a lot of apps looking into those things where you can meet people online. But the whole aspect of meeting someone without the phone at all, like it actually used to be, I don't know, 50 years ago, is not there anymore.
I think it becomes extra challenging when you go to another place. Like, you know, people travel a lot by themselves now, and you go to another location, another country, another city. And I think that's where more the challenge is. Because you're right, you have your friends. Usually you live in the city, you have your friends, you have your network. In that context, it's more easy. But yeah, I guess when you are traveling, or maybe you're moving into a new city, you're studying, you have a new job, and you need to make the first contact.
Yeah.
It could be challenging, yes.
Or people relocating, for example.
Go ahead.
Like, you know.
Okay, continue.
I did
Sorry.
as well. No.
Just trying to paint the picture.
Yeah. So the idea is actually linked to this, to finding a solution to making it possible again to really have like an authentic connection in real life without, you know, spending time on apps and so on or on your phone.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the beginning I asked where we are sitting. So we are sitting on a bench.
Yes, we are.
That was a correct answer.
Correct.
So congrats on that.
Thank you. 10 points.
So it is also linked to benches.
Okay.
What if you
I'm anxious.
What if you would have specific benches where you can talk to new people? Of course, you can walk in the park, see someone sitting on a bench, go to this person and talk to them, right?
Yeah.
But how many people do this?
No one does that.
No one does that. Why don't people do that?
They're scared. You need an icebreaker. You need something to break the ice. Something like bumping into someone. Some accident happens. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Something needs to instigate that.
Yeah. So the way that I see it is that the issue is that you actually don't know if the person you are seeing on the bench or whatever, you don't know if this person is interested to talk to you.
Right.
Maybe they just want to, after work, sit and relax a bit.
Maybe they don't want to be left alone, right?
Yeah, they want to be left alone, they want to read a book, whatever, it's all
Yeah.
possible. And I think that's one of the main reasons why you as a person then are scared to approach
Make that first
or make that
connection.
first,
Yeah,
because
like,
it's a
what
very
if-
high barrier to break.
It is high.
So to come to the idea, what if you would have specific benches, let's say in a very flashy color, for
Uh-huh.
example, so it's very easy to pick them out.
Like pink.
Yeah, like pink,
Okay.
because all the benches you see, they are just like brown
Wood. Mm-hmm.
wood.
Mm-hmm.
What if you would have pink benches?
Pink.
And okay, if I see a pink bench, then this is a social bench. And this means that I can go sit on the bench, and other people who see me sit on the pink bench, they know that I would be up to have a conversation. Could be 5 minutes, could be half an hour, could be 2 hours, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you have those specific dedicated social benches, and you know that that's where you can have a conversation. So you don't need to be worried anymore if the person sitting wants to have a conversation or not,
So
because
it's
actually
like an
you know.
invitation. The pink bench is an invitation. I'm sitting on it. Let's talk.
Yeah. So come talk to me, basically, or I'm happy to talk to you.
There's a fine line though between like, yeah. Do you seem too desperate though when you're sitting on this bench and people are, oh God, look at that person sitting on the bench? Pretty desperate, right?
I mean,
I don't know, because people will know about this bench, right? Okay, pink bench, social bench, icebreaker bench, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you're sitting on it and you want to meet people, but then I'm just trying to picture, would you sit on this pink bench? Well, does it have to be pink?
No, you came up with the pink idea, but I think I would. I think it's not desperate. I think it's more courageous.
Courageous.
Courageous. Thank you.
And it could be like a social experiment too, because sometimes people just want to do these social experiments, or like in a different city. Again, I keep, because you wouldn't do this in your own city. Maybe you would.
I think I would.
Yeah, you would.
Why
Maybe-
not? Why would you only do it in another? If you're living in a city and you're new, or you don't have so many friends, whatever, or you just want to, maybe you're just bored and you're in the mood to talk to someone
Okay,
new.
let's say you're sitting on this bench and your girlfriend sees you. She's like, "What the fuck you doing?
No. I
Why are you
think
sitting on the bench?"
you don't have to link it to dating.
No.
For me, it's more of just a social thing.
Okay.
So out of this could come nothing, but you had a conversation with someone, either
Yeah.
a nice one or a weird one, can probably also happen. Or you meet up with this person afterwards, you exchange numbers or whatever. Or in an extreme case, maybe you find someone new, like a new life partner. But I
Yeah.
think that's really not necessarily the concept.
I know we keep going to these app ideas, but do you think an app would be linked to this, or should it be linked to it? Because now maybe you have a profile, you have this app. Also, how do you control who sits on the bench? How long can you sit on the bench? I'm just thinking now. An app maybe where you have a profile, a map that tells you where these benches are. You sit on the bench, and then people can see your profile maybe if they want to do a little bit research before they sit on this bench. Like, who is this guy sitting on this bench, right? Something like that. Would that work?
Yeah, I mean it would work, but then I think you're having a fine line between the Tinder, Bumble,
Yeah,
whatever,
and then
because
again, you're doing this.
Yeah, you
kinda-
have an app on
yeah,
your phone. You again
it
have a
defeats your-
profile. You can see other profiles.
Yeah.
Maybe the app ID works, but maybe it should be more simple. Maybe it should just be about being allowed to sit on the bench, for example. Before you are actually allowed to sit on the bench, you have to scan a QR code or whatever.
Something.
Without the profile, without the other profiles,
There needs to be something, yeah, I guess. And like, what if some old lady is sitting on the bench, or some homeless people? Nothing against homeless people.
But you
But
do
they-
have something against old ladies?
Well, no, this has nothing to do with having something against people. But let's say there's this pink bench, and an old lady sits on it because she doesn't know what this pink bench is. she doesn't have this whole thing, like, you know. She's
Yeah.
not cool. She's not down. She doesn't know what's going on. She's sitting because she's tired. She's walked all day.
Yeah.
So someone walks by this pink bench and sees this old lady and says, or the homeless person, and they're like, are they sitting there on purpose or by accident?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
How do we?
yeah.
How do we? I think there needs to be some barrier, some way to control who sits on the bench, because benches are to sit on. Everyone wants to sit on the bench. You sit on the most convenient bench, the one that has a nice view or whatever. And I think there needs to be some restriction on how you access this bench. A gate. Let's call it a gate.
Yeah, but don't you think that will scare people off if you have a gate before you can even sit on a bench? Let's say you walk in a park, all the benches are freely available, and then you have like this one pink bench
With a spotlight on it.
with a huge gate around it. You think people will go to
Well,
it?
I'm not saying a huge gate, but by gate, take it more not literally, take it more. What's the opposite of
Of a gate?
symbolically?
Oh, okay, a symbolic
Is it
gate.
symbolically?
What does a symbolic gate look like?
I'm saying it shouldn't be that easily to access. You need something to get on the bench.
Mm.
And maybe here we need something, and I'm using we, like the bikes, the city bikes. You know, a lot of cities have these city bikes. You get a bike, you want to ride a bicycle, you can access a bike with an app. It's locked.
Yeah,
you access
I
the app.
have it. I have it.
It opens the lock, you get on the bike, you ride it for 30 minutes for free, and then you pay €1. Do we need that?
I think the concept makes...
Your idea is our idea now,
Yeah.
by the way.
That's good, but I
Yeah.
think the concept behind it is good, because I do see the issue with the homeless person. Maybe not necessarily with the old lady. Maybe the old lady wants to talk to someone, and if she doesn't know, she will probably know soon enough that every time she sits there, people come
She's
to
like,
talk
oh
to
my,
her.
why is this handsome guy sitting next to me and looking at me there?
But I do think indeed, like, when it's summer and, you know, the park is full of people who are having lunch, for example, then the benches are full. Yeah, well, then probably people will also use your nice pink bench if it's freely accessible, and then the concept gets a bit lost, probably. Because then, you know, imagine you are up to, you know, the idea,
Right.
and you want to go and sit on the bench. You arrive to the park, you see this pink bench, you're like, oh, nice, I'm gonna, you know, talk to some people, and you see there's like 3 colleagues sitting on it.
Yeah,
The concept gets
no
erased
one will
then.
use it for the benefit it will serve.
And then probably after 1 month it becomes like the rest of the
The
benches.
pink bench.
So I do agree you need to have a separation. The app with the bikes, yes, but the difference is the bikes, they are locked. So you cannot take the bike.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot really lock the bench, I guess.
We cannot lock the bench, but
And if you don't want to fence it, then
to sit on the bench, it needs to be flat. Right? Flat.
fat. Yeah,
Flat.
at least flat.
Flat.
Yeah.
So what if it's an automated bench that can flip? Imagine when it's like up, when it's not flat, you can't sit on it.
Because the seat is like turned up, it's inclined. That's
Yeah,
what
I
you mean.
if you want to get a little bit more medieval, you can have spikes that retract.
Well, that would,
But some
that would be
device that
effective.
automates the
Like
yeah.
The thing for
You get
the doves,
Excuse me.
you know, the spikes, so that birds don't
Yes.
sit on it.
Pigeons.
Pigeons.
Doves are beautiful. Pigeons are the ones we want to get rid of. Yeah, the pigeon spikes.
There's a difference. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I didn't know there's a difference.
Doves, peace, you know.
Okay, but maybe that's a bit too extreme. Maybe we should stick to the inclining of the bench, not
Mhm.
necessarily the spikes. And indeed, when you before you can use the bench, you have to use an app, whatever,
Mhm.
similar to the city bikes.
Right?
You scan the app, boop, the bench drops down. You can sit on it.
Will it make that sound?
Ideally, yes.
Okay.
That would okay. I think that makes sense. Then you do need some technology though. Like it's not like this, you know.
Yeah.
It's a bit more advanced.
When you come up with these ideas, I always like to put myself in the position of that person who would actually use this. And so it's a nice hot day, summer, the sun is out. I'm at the park, everyone's sitting on a bench. And there's this pink bench with this fucking thing that's up. I can't sit on it.
Yeah.
And I'm the guy who's like, you know what? I have the app. I know this bench.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit on it and meet someone. I'm that guy who will then use the app. I go there. Everyone's kind of looking at me.
I don't know if people... Maybe it's just a...
The boop sound will come and then people will look at you.
Maybe it goes down and...
Hey guys, yeah, that's, I'm...
Instead
I'm
of
that
boop, it says,
guy.
loser.
Exactly. I'll sit on this fucking bench. Now everyone's looking at me. I'm like, yeah. I don't want to go on my app.
No, I agree.
I don't want to go on my phone at this point because it kind of defeats the point. Because
that's
I'm not the
true.
Tinder guy.
Then it becomes even more awkward.
That's like a double.
You can read a book.
Double.
Read a book is the safe haven there.
Read a book. I like that one.
But I agree. Maybe it could also form some kind of barrier if you first have to scan and then it drops down and so on. But I think it's either this, and you have to be a bit, confident to go and to do it.
Yeah.
Or it's the super easy bench like the one we see here, but just in pink. But then you have the issue that maybe it will be used in the wrong ways.
Right. I think. Okay, let's summarize a little bit. Right? I know we're a little bit all over the place. I think this is a good thing that a city could adopt, right? This is something the city would adopt. It's a social thing, experiment, whatever. It's tied to a certain event, maybe, I don't know, Pride or whatever. And it could be a cool social experiment. I think people would think it's cool. It's a great idea in the sense where meeting people without using an app or kind of breaking the ice. You're in a social setting, you're in a park. I'm just going to sit here. I'm visiting this town. I don't know anyone. Maybe I can meet someone who can show me around. I think it's great. I think there's some barriers that needs to be resolved. Some hurdles, whatever. But I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea in the sense that it could work. Just the technology that's behind it, the app that would be connected to it somehow, a profile you would create. Being able to track people once you meet a person, also what happens then. You meet someone, you make a connection, and then it's done, and then maybe you can write a review or success story. I don't know, but I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you have to find the balance between keeping it very simple.
It's simple,
but then you could have the risk of it being misused and the concept slowly fades away.
Yeah.
But other than, linked to that, I think maybe you also have to trust a bit in the people. If you make it very clear, if you do some campaigns that this is the purpose, maybe you have to put some trust in the people that they will use it for this purpose too. And if you can't put this trust, then you have to look more into technology and maybe, a seat clapping up and down link to an app and all those things to avoid misuse. But then maybe you take away a bit of the the crisp of it.
I think anyone can do a social experience. You can put a bench somewhere, you can write a sign on it and say blah blah blah, and see what happens. And then if it gets misused, then you can have more restrictions.
Exactly.
Maybe an app would be nice. I wouldn't call it a restriction necessarily, but
maybe it's a way to control things, but maybe less is more. Maybe it should be kept simple at the beginning, because in the end where we are sitting now, there's so many benches. Now there's a lot of free benches, right? So if you would have one pink bench, no one would be sitting on it right now. Maybe in summer it's another story.
Right.
So that's a bit the balance that has to be.
I like it. I
found.
want a pink bench. I would sit on it.
All right. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.